This past week, I've talked to a few people who are facing the crossroads in their career. In each of those cases, there were different outcomes. One person is quitting. Another person is seeking a different position internally. One person is moving to a different company, and another is fading away into a different aspect of their industry. 4 people, 4 different outcomes. There's not one single solution to burnout, boredom, or stalling out. It's inevitable for any of us to face this type of crossroads at least once in our careers. Are you at a crossroads in your career? Feeling the challenges of age, boredom, or burnout, and wondering if quitting is the only option? This episode dives deep into navigating professional transitions, drawing inspiration from the legendary Michael Jordan. Just like Mike, evolved from high-flying dunks to the unstoppable fadeaway shot as he aged, you don't have to quit the game when faced with changes. You can change your game and recreate yourself. Whether you're considering a major pivot or a subtle shift, this episode offers insights to help you assess your situation, explore possibilities, and make an informed decision to find your space. Stay tuned to learn how to adapt, evolve, and continue contributing meaningfully to your professional life. We'll be right back. You are listening to the Work Life Eubiosis podcast with your host, Charleston Edwards. If this is your first time here, welcome. My goal is simple: to eradicate burnout and to bring harmony, purpose, and balance to this world, starting with the family. My hope is that this show and the story shared will provide encouragement and ideas that will be valuable to you on your journey to work-life freedom. So let's dive in to today's episode. Sometimes I dream that he is me, like Mike. If I could be like Mike. Do you remember these lyrics from Gatorade's 1990s infamous commercial? They nailed the passions of wannabe professional athletes. In the 1990s, Michael Jordan was at the top of his career. He was considered the king of the court. If he were in corporate America, he would be considered the CEO, the chairman of the board, and a 100% stakeholder owner. Top of the ladder by all means. Athletes emulated Mike for years, and they still do. Not only in the ability to jump and to dunk, but how to be a champion. Many have tried, but Jordan is still the GOAT. Like most things in life, what goes up must come down. Jordan got bored and experienced a mid-career identity crisis after his dad passed away. So he quit his quote-unquote day job to go play baseball. As exciting as it was to see Michael holding a bat, he didn't have the same type of flair as he did on the court. So Jordan returned to his primary passion in life, what he was born to do, basketball. Jordan picked up right where he left off, and the Chicago Bulls continued to win championships. But Jordan eventually got old. He got to the point that we all do. The next generation started to catch up with him, and his legs didn't operate like they used to. However, Jordan didn't quit this time. He changed his game. Instead of constantly going to the paint, he navigated the perimeter. He went from dunking to fading away. When he perfected this new style, Mike's shot was just as effective as was nearly as possible to block. So Jordan's career continued, and he kept contributing to the industry. The championships eventually stopped, but the arenas were still selling out to see the greatest player of all time throw the ball in the hoop. Jordan didn't retire at his peak, but like his jump shot, he faded away gracefully and with much respect to the game. Most of us are not rich or famous or athletic like Mike, but we all get to the same crossroads in our professions. We all have or will get to a point where either age, boredom, or burnout will challenge our careers. We are then faced with the difficult choice of quitting or fading away. Some of us actually do what Jordan did with the baseball bat, to follow our guts and try something entirely brand new. There's nothing wrong with that, and we should not be afraid to try new things. But imagine being like Mike. Imagine being at the top of the ladder, but you got bored or burned out or had an identity crisis. Or you got older and you're just not able to keep up. If you're over 40, you've probably experienced this natural phenomenon and considered a pivot but felt stuck. This type of crisis happens everywhere. I'm all about taking leaps of faith. I'm all about pivoting when burnout hits. I'm all for changing directions when there is staleness in a career. But as we all know, there is no one-size-fits-all solution to any crisis. Sometimes quitting is not the answer. Maybe it's mastering the fading away. Fading away could be taking another position within the current employer, throttling down the hours, or maybe even taking a lesser position. Fading away could be taking just one aspect of your job that you love doing the most and delegating the rest to your team or to a vendor, or delegating the task to a later date. Fading away could be registering that business name and slowly building a side hustle while you continue your obligations to your current employer. Fading away could be maximizing your PTO time and finally taking that sabbatical to find true rest. Fading away could be putting yourself on a 1 or 2 year notice to make a change, or getting your feet wet in a completely different industry. The point is, there are options, and it's only right to explore what that means for you. Sometimes moving to greener pastures is a necessary next step, but before quitting, explore the ways to pivot, and you may find that fading could be beneficial. We age, and we all go through seasons of life that will challenge us personally and professionally. And when we do, the odds are that we will have to create ourselves as we go. That's what fading away on the court and in work life is about. Recreation is not starting over. It's building on what's already there. This is why building bridges along the way is imperative, not burning them. The network and relationships we build throughout our journeys become a lifeline when faced with challenges. In this world, it's even harder to compete with the younger and brighter kids or the emerging world of AI, and to keep up with all the other obligations outside of work. But that is still okay. With age comes wisdom. With age comes social capital. With age comes the realization that we don't have to do it all. We may not need to be on the court anymore, and that is okay. We can become a coach, become an owner, or be a mentor. That's what Jordan did. He eventually retired from the court, and after a short time of rest, he went into ownership and many other endeavors in the basketball industry. This episode is brought to you by Own Your 5 to 9, an organization committed to freeing families of the rat race and burnout. Every organization has a leader, mission, and a set of values that drives the organization. But this is commonly missed in the most important organization in the world, the family. An organization has one mission for how it will impact the world. Why not the family? An organization goes into strategic planning routinely to align its values, mission, and projects. Why not the family? Whose Home, a strategic planning guide for families, is a workbook and a tool needed in all households. Whose Home takes a strategic planning approach with 10 guided exercises to define your core family values, family mission, and tools to operationalize how your family does life together. If your family is facing a big decision, whose home is for you? If you're considering a career pivot, whose home is also for you? If you desire more intentionality and harmony in your home, whose home is for you? Create a healthy culture, not a hustle culture, at home. Visit ownyour5to9.com to claim your copy today. The Rat Race script says that we must always be on the ladder, climbing from 21 through 65. This is not true. Going higher on the ladder can definitely pay the bills, and there's nothing wrong with climbing the ladder, but focusing on the climb takes our eyes off the true meaning of life. The fulfilling focus is how to realign with purpose and how that purpose can serve others. When we find that, everything else falls into place. Wherever you are professionally, please remember that you have options no matter the industry, the changing times we're living in, or how bleak things may look. If you're growing older, bored, or burned out, there is still hope, and the future can certainly be beautiful. If you're looking for a place to start a new journey, my advice would be to follow one of these next 6 steps. Number 1, assess if you are ready to quit, rest, or fade away. This is different for everyone based on a variety of factors: finances, family, aging parents, industry, interests, life-altering events, and so on. Number 2, make sure you know your why, your purpose. How do you show up in any room? What makes you elite in how you think, process, communicate, create, or relate? What's that superpower that exists both inside and outside of the day job? If you're stranded on an island with a group of people, what role would you play in building the boat to get you back to the mainland? If you can't see it, if you can't see your superpower, ask the people closest to you. They see it. Number 3, if you're burned out, assess your situation and your readiness. Is the current job right? Is it fulfilling? Is it in alignment with your gifts, interests, or your divine purpose? Are organizational issues at your current employer derailing your opportunity to thrive? Are there fixes that can help you thrive? Or do you need a sabbatical? Number 4, if you're absolutely ready to quit, embrace it and do not feel ashamed. Assess what you would do if you weren't with your company. Do you have a 6-month runway in emergency funds and savings? Is there a specific part of your job you wish to do full time? Do you see yourself as a business owner or a solopreneur or more of a company person? What hard and soft skills can you bring to a business or an organization? And when you do quit, leave well and never burn bridges. Number 5, if you are risk adverse but are desperate for a change, meaning without leaving your employer or your own business, assess your opportunities to restructure or to bring in support. Again, assess if you need a break, a sabbatical perhaps. If you're employed, look at internal opportunities to pivot or move positions internally. Be honest and candid and gentle with your manager if you would like to support their support in making a move. And lastly, number 6, don't make any changes in a silo. If you have a family, pay close attention to the dynamics and discuss the family goals for the next 1 to 3 years. What are any major expenses or milestones on the horizon? Do any of your goals or future expenses overlap with this professional pivot? Consider the time commitment as well for starting something new or even going in the opposite direction of pulling back the throttle. Neil Diamond told Dan Rather once that it's better to burn out than fade away when questioned about his lyrics in My, Hey, Hey. But when questioned to go deeper, Neil stated, quote, "Burning out is strictly for rock and roll. In real life, fading away is better. Life has children, has family, has relationships, has nature, and has beauty that we must consider. There is more to life." Quote. Neil is right. There is more to life than the career, and there is no one-size-fits-all solution to any career crisis. But there are options, and you get to choose. If you're at a crossroads with your work life, please visit ownyour5to9.com for a full library of resources that can help you balance, live intentionally, and take the next steps towards your freedom. And if you need further support, email me at charleston@ownyour5to9.com. Thank you for listening to the Work-Life Eubiosis podcast, part of the work-life resources created by Own Your 5 to 9. I hope that you have found encouragement and a few ideas to strengthen your journey to purpose, freedom, and balance. Have you overcome burnout and found a new way of life? Millions around the globe are still at the risk of burnout and losing it all. And your story may be the one that sparks not only a dream, but action. Visit ownyour5to9.com for more information and submit your story. While you're there, join the Work-Life Eubiosis newsletter and receive additional resources weekly right to your inbox. If you enjoy this podcast, take time to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. Share it with a friend or loved one. Remember, the most important organization in the world is the family. Let's do our part to strengthen it. Thank you for listening.